out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
That's right, folks. Shut your dang pie holes. I tell you what, it's coming. I'm feeling a little better. Not quite zero dark, but it's going to be an important discussion nonetheless. Okay, folks, the whole fight in Texas, they got another slogan they're using, come and cut it, having to do with go ahead, Border Patrol, go ahead, federal agents, federal goons, come and cut the barbed wire. Well, they cut it. Illegals started pouring back through. The federal agents thought that's some cute shit. You know what's amazing to me is I bet a good number of the Border Patrol agents on duty in the state of Texas, working for the federal government, are probably Texans. They're probably Texans. And they're inviting in trash, the worst of humanity, terrorists, as well as people who are just desperate. They're inviting people in to ruin their own state, to threaten their own way of life, their families, to put them all at risk. Do that to their own people for a fucking paycheck. Let that be a lesson to you. For a paycheck, people will destroy themselves. But it gets better, folks. It gets better. The Attorney General for the state of Texas, Ken Paxton, said, it's not the end of this. The governor of the state of Texas says, that's not the end of this. Texas, at the order of the governor. Governor is the highest law enforcement in Texas. He's the governor. He's the chief executive for Texas. He ordered the Texas National Guard to go put up more barbed wire. I didn't read the Supreme Court decision, but I'm operating on the presumption that it said that the Border Patrol can cut the fence, the wire. I don't think there was an order there for the state of Texas to cut it down for the feds. I didn't read it. It may have said something to the effect that Texas can't prohibit the federal government from doing their job. I'm not going to go read it, because at the very least, it goes against the spirit of what needs to be done to protect our country. And anything Texas does that is in the spirit of protecting themselves, I am all for. So yeah, the feds may be able to cut it down. But you and I know that they're only going to cut it and remove it to allow people through at certain locations. So making it more difficult, putting more wire back up in areas to make it very difficult for these people to get through, is certainly in line. Certainly possible. So Texas doesn't have to restring all of these areas. They just have to string and restring where it's been cut. And oh, it would be horrible if some federal agents got a couple of scratches and boo-boos, huh? But seriously, what does Texas need to do? If Border Patrol, many of whom are Texans, are delinquent enough to want to go back and cut it again. They're going to get some cut-resistant wire. They're going to order wire with extra barbs on it. I think this can get interesting, but apart from gamesmanship, what's it really going to do for us? I know Texas is trying to keep the scum out of Texas, but there's also New Mexico, Arizona, and California they can come through. I haven't heard of any boatloads of Mexicans coming up the Mississippi yet. But that's what they're doing to get into England. They're coming over by boat. And to get to England by boat, that means they've got to get to Europe across the Mediterranean, and then through Europe to get on a boat to get over to England, to fuck England up. So I just want everyone to understand there's no quick way to get through this. There ought to be everywhere, from Florida, around the Panhandle to Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. I miss Georgia. Louisiana. I think what we're discovering here, what we're really discovering is that the government is intent on destroying our country. I mean, the people are fucking pissed. The people are fucking pissed. Whether they're Republicans or Democrats, it doesn't matter. They're pissed. When the government is just letting us be fucking invaded. Texans are now openly discussing, again, and I don't know why they ever stopped, secession. There is a rule that has been agreed to since our American Civil War. It's an international rule. It's an international, right? People have a right to choose how they are governed. But they're free to make associations or not. Secession is no longer something that can be stopped with bullets. It's supposed to be protected by international law. You know how that fucking goes. You know how that goes. Take a look at Ukraine. Had 3-4 territories want to come out of Ukraine, and there's a war over there now. So much for the rule of law, when from the most civilized countries, all you get is the law of the jungle. Come and cut it, fuckers. There's going to be hell to pay for this, folks. I've got a bucket of popcorn and a rucksack full of fucking ammo. It's going to be a shit show. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? What do you think is going to come of this? Ask yourself that. Do you think Texas is just going to say, yeah, okay, whatever, fuck it? It's stupid that it took 3 fucking years for Governor Abbott to do something. It's stupid. Should have been done right away. You don't want to do your jobs? Fuck you. We're doing it for you. Is Texas upping the ante, putting more wire out? Are they going to pass laws and start arresting anyone who isn't doing their job because it's a state of emergency? Are we going to have a state of emergency declared in Texas that authorizes the governor to utilize the National Guard? Is he going to declare that there is a federal government operative insurrection, an attempted takeover of the state of Texas using federal authority? Is he going to do that? I mean, you don't have to be too creative, folks. You don't have to use the FBI, the CIA, and Antifa operatives, along with local police called the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, to create a charade and then to name it an insurrection in order to get military action military arrests, military detainment, military torture, military bullshit trials like they did for the January 6th Patriots. Texas just has to say, we've got an emergency. The government, federal, has a job and it's not doing it. We are arresting anyone who is observed allowing illegal immigration into our state. We will arrest them and we will close off those areas of the border until agents that are doing their job show up and they stand in the gap to turn around and go back. That's what should be done. But will it be done? I hope you got your food, water, shelter, clothing, and medicine. Because it's a shit show coming. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Godspeed, Semper Fi.